All right, I'm not gonna pretend with you people. I'm gonna do an unboxing right now of a game that I bought. And I've already opened it once, but I taped it back together so it would be a good unboxing. I just wanted to see what was in there. I even couldn't get some of the cards back into the box. They're over there hiding from you guys right now, and I'll bring them out in a minute. Um, this is a game that I never ever thought that I would ever buy because I'm not a fan of the sport itself. Now I like going to the games, and I play a lot of fantasy version of the game because I love numbers. That might give it away, but I don't like sitting down and just watching the game itself on TV. It bores me. It's boring. That ought to give it away too. But I decided I wanted to buy the game. I've been watching people play it on the YouTubes. I don't know how to play the game. There was a point in time back in the year, I want to say 1998, maybe 1999, where a coworker of mine would bring it over, and me and my buddy who lived together, along with him and another buddy, would sit and play games, and we had a good time with it. I think we even like drafted our own teams and everything. But other than that, like 2 month period, I've never even played the game before. I don't remember how to play it, but I have been watching some guys on YouTube play it, and it looks pretty easy. It looks like you can play a game pretty quick, and I also wanted to try something else on the channel, some other kind of a game other than just the football game, even though I love playing that. And I will continue to play that season, that 1989 season, until I'm done or I die, whichever comes first, because it takes me a long time to play a game. But let's try this out. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pretend that this is a brand new unboxing, even though I opened it about 20 minutes ago. And all right, here we go. All right, here we go. So we're going to cut it. My scotch tape that I put back on there held it shut nice and snugly. Oh, come on. Maybe too snugly. There's one, there's two. Okay, here we go. We're going to open it up. Now, I'm going to pretend that I have no idea what I'm going to see when I open the box, even though, like I said, I already opened it. And I'm sure some of you have already guessed what it is based on what you see down in this corner. And we'll open the rest of it up here. And we'll pull the packing slip out of the way. And boom, it is APBA baseball. Yay! Something different. So let's pull it out. Let's take a look at what I bought. Let's pull it out of here. And we'll pull out the cards. Oh, good. Pull out the cards. And not only did I buy the basic game because, you got to have the base game, even though I have no idea how to play it, I also bought the master games. I've got the master game add-on, and if it's anything like football, it's going to be super complicated, and I'll end up playing some kind of hybrid between the two because that's how I play the football game. So I assume it's the same. So we got, is that a field? What is that? Oh, that's the how-to. Is there a field here? What is this? Okay, we've got a white thing. Don't know what that's for. So we do have a field. Oh, with a how to play. Okay, so that makes sense. Oh, wow, okay. So there's home run derby rules. I mean, I don't like the real home run derby, so I probably won't play this one. So we've got a field. I like that. So we've got our traditional dice shakers and our purpley marker thingies. Okay, that's good. Who did it come with? It came with Arizona, Houston, Philly, and Texas. Okay. There was a brief moment where I couldn't even tell you who won the World Series last year, but I remembered it was Texas. I don't remember who they played. I don't remember if they played Arizona or Philadelphia, though. I think it was Philadelphia. I was sitting. Oh, I can't. I think it was Philadelphia, but I'm not 100% sure on that. All right, so let's look at the board. Let's look at the game. Start with the basic rules. All right, so this is the book that I've seen in the YouTube videos that I've watched. So you add it up, you get their fielding numbers. Yeah, and if it's 11 or lower on the card, you play based on the pitcher, and if it's higher than 11, you play based on the fielding rating or whatever it is. Here's all the different runners: runner on second base, third base, and so on. Bases loaded. Okay, sacrifice bunt. There seems to be a lot of stuff for a simple sacrifice bunt. Holy cow. Okay. And then we got hit and run. Now, I don't know baseball that well in terms of, I mean, I know football really well, Like, I don't know. Is there like a specific time you use a hit and run, or you just use it? I guess runner on first and third. I saw a guy today I was watching say if I have a slow runner on first, maybe no, a fast runner on first, but a slow batter, maybe he uses it. I have no idea. So we'll figure that out. So there's your basic book. Now let's look at the master book. I have no idea how this is different, but boy, is it thicker. Oh man, there's a lot more. See, I'm probably gonna jump right into the master game because that's what I do. I like this. There's so much here. I really like this a lot. Base is empty. Oh, we got a rare play. Oh, I love rare plays. If you watch the football, you know how much I love a rare play. Oh, that makes me so happy. All right, this is going to be a lot of fun. Even though, like I said, I'm not much of a baseball fan. I do like numbers. I like fantasy baseball. I like going to baseball games. It's just sitting down and watching it on TV that bores me. Now let's take a look at the season that I bought. Now, there were two different options I could go with here on a season, and I couldn't decide which one to go with. It was either going to be the 1985, 6, 7 season, one of those. I know the Indians were on the cover of Sports Illustrated and then were really bad. My favorite player probably back then was Cory Snyder. I remember when I was a kid, we had a basketball hoop in the backyard, and it wasn't even on cement. It was just on grass that turned into dirt. And I used to put my radio down by the pole for the hoop and put on Herb Score and listen to him do Indians games while I played basketball back there. So Cory Snyder and Joe Carter and Julio Franco and all those guys, that was like Greg Swindell, Tom Candiotti years. You know, those guys are always in my head in terms of the Indians. But, you know, they weren't very good. You know, if you go back and look at the record of those, they weren't very good. So I don't know how much fun I would have playing with those. So the other option was a World Series year. Now, they went to the World Series twice in the 90s and lost them both. But I ended up going with the 1995 season. Is that what it says right there? 1995. I believe that's the season they went to the World Series and lost, I want to say, to the Braves. And that was probably what, Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz, you know, that team. I ended up going, in fact, I think that team's in the front. Let me see here real quick here. Let me see. Yeah, there's Steve Avery. So that team's right here in the front. What do we got? We got Wohlers. So what do we got for the Braves? So we got, I'm curious about their pitching more than anything. But you got Steve Avery. But who cares? Who do I know here? What players do I remember? Tom Glavine. One thing I love about the APBA cards is how they put the nicknames on there, which are nicknames. I swear there's never been a single nickname on one of these cards that I've ever even heard anyone say. But like Glavine, apparently he was called Gretzky. I can't imagine that's true. Anyway, Marquise Grissom. Chipper Jones. My buddy's a big Braves fan, so I remember we used to make fun of Chipper Jones by calling him Larry. I don't know why calling him his first name is making fun of him. And then Dave Justice. Dave Justice is one of my favorite non-Cleveland Indians players of all time. I'll be excited to kind of play with him if I do. Ryan Klesko. I remember a lot of these guys. Javi Lopez. Javi Lopez is that old. I didn't know that. Maddox. Fred McGriff, the crime dog. Who else we got in here? Isn't there a... What else we got? I'm not really recognizing a lot of the other names. Dwight Smith, John Smoltz, Mark Wohlers. Okay, I remember some of those names. But the team that I wanted to play with is the team of my childhood. Actually, I guess I would have been 21 when this was going on, 20, just turning 21. So if we look at some of these players on the Cleveland team, you've got Sandy Alomar. He's still in the organization. Got him at catcher. Paul Ossenmacher. Again, when I was young, we used to call him Assensmacher because we were kids, and why not? Carlos Baerga and Albert Bell. Albert Bell was my favorite player on the team. I remember getting a restaurant job in 94, and with my very first paycheck, I went out and bought a $130 Albert Bell jersey. My one buddy had a Carlos Baerga jersey, and then my other buddy had a Kenny Lofton jersey. And numbers-wise, they were 7, 8, and 9. So we used to go to games and sit in that order. You had to sit in 7, 8, and 9. And then we would do the wave and look like an idiot. But that's who we were, so it's fine. Let's see, Jason Grimsley. Jason Grimsley, isn't he the one that crawled through the ductwork to get Albert Bell's bat when it was corked? Oral Hershiser was on that team for a year, maybe a couple years. Wayne Kirby. I loved Wayne Kirby. He was the guy that, like, You pinch hit, and if you need a run, and you know he's gonna, or you pinch run, or pinch hit, and you know he's gonna get on base, and he's probably gonna score a run. Let's see, Kenny Lofton, Jose, Dennis Martinez, Jose Mesa. This one actually surprised me. When I was a kid, we actually called him Joe Table, and we thought we were clever. It's like, oh my God, Jose Mesa. We call him Joe Table, and that's funny. Apparently, everybody did because that's his nickname on the card. So that kind of kills that memory a little bit. Well, that's kind of sad. Eddie Eddie Murray's nickname is apparently what I am all the time now, and that is tired. It's kind of strange. Charles Nagy, Tony Pena. I have a memory of Tony Pena in a playoff game hitting a home run in like the ninth to take it to extra innings, and then hitting a home run again in the extra innings to win it. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have that memory. What do we got? Let's get to one of my. Oh, we got Manny Ramirez. I think if Manny Ramirez actually batted seventh in that lineup, which is amazing considering how good he was, batting seventh in that lineup. Paul Sorrento. I don't know what it was about Paul Sorrento, but we were huge fans of his. First baseman, I remember him. Then you've got my favorite player, probably in all of me, other than Corey Snyder, probably one of my favorite players, and that's Jim Thome. I love Jim Thome. He was one of my favorites. He was fun to watch. I went to the Indians game a couple years ago on Jim Thome Day when they retired his jersey or whatever they did. I still have the T-shirt hanging on my. It doesn't fit me anymore because I'm sure it shrunk. That's got to be the only reason. Then you got Omar Vizquel, and then Dave Winfield. So what I'm probably gonna do with this game is I'm gonna play series that's it looks like you can play 30-40 minutes per game. So maybe what I'll try to do is play it like a 3-game series in a video, and maybe I can play their whole season over time, just the series at a time. And let's the 4-gamer, maybe I'll split it up into 2 per video. But and maybe if I'm enjoying it and having fun, maybe at the same time I'll play the Braves, and that way I can play some National League teams at the same time. So, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try to play probably later tonight. I'll probably try to play on video, so you should see another video coming out later with me playing baseball. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If it goes well, I do have the APBA golf game. I have had it for a few years and played a ton of it. But maybe I'll break that back out, and maybe I'll veer away from APBA and look at something else. Who knows? But just having some fun with the channel, trying new things. Stay tuned for a baseball game later on tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone.